like, a note card with my like number and, cash for watches or like cash for iPhones.
So are any of these ads to buy phones, or are you just trying to sell stuff with this?
No, these are actually to buy. So what I'm having trouble with right now is, so the title, it says, Apple Watch Series 4, but the picture has.
Okay, so click on display, Jonathan. See where it says display?
Okay.
That way I can see the ad. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Cash for. Okay, so a couple things. One, that text is big enough. It really blends in with the picture. Just mute everybody really quick. So you want to be careful of that because it's not really going to stick out much. Okay. And two, it's going to get flagged because it's not really a legitimate ad, right? So go back for a second. I'll show you a couple mistakes that I saw that will help you. One, electronics and computer parts in cell phones, super hard categories to get any ads to stick that's not selling something. So you don't want to be posting ads in those categories, really. You could try it. You could try to sneak by with the pick like you're doing, but the chance of it getting to stick is very slim. So that's the biggest problem right there, is the category. Because if you notice, look at all your other ads, those stuck. Now, the other ads, are those ones where you see the picture and you're trying to get it with the picture? Can I see those ads really quick? Okay, cool. That's cool. Please look at pick for details. So just stick to doing those ads in those categories, I think, and you'll should be fine. This is also a very risky move that you're making because you're kind of cheating the system, if that makes sense. So your ads aren't really ads, So you got to be careful because if you post tons of ads like this, you could like Wes had his credit card banned or your account's blocked. So this isn't really the way I teach to do it that way, but I'm just curious where you got that idea from. Oh, Jonathan, are you muted? Oh, let me unmute you again. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I kind of was experimenting with what was sticking because I had done a few paid. It's like the paid ones. If I was to do it in that section, would I want to do it like by dealer then to get paid? Can you hear me?
Well, I mean, you could do the paid ads too, but that's not what I meant. What I meant, like, if you look at my ads, let me show you my ads for a second.
Okay.
I just posted 3 Craigslist ads. They all stuck fine. Right? Like here. So here's an ad I just posted. I buy cracked or working phones. So, it's a text-based ad. It's like an actual ad, right? But notice the text isn't like the same that everybody does, right? It's a little bit different. Each one of these has a different text. So let me show you another one that we've got that's stuck. This one right here, I buy all electronics for cash. Here's another one. Now this one is a little bit more like what you see a lot of people posting like, but we don't have a ton of ads like that, so we can get it to stick a little bit more. And that's why we use the @ symbol with this, so it doesn't say cash like everybody else does. It changes it up just a little bit. So you got to kind of vary your ads up. But you're doing pretty good. I mean, let me see your accounts again really quick, because your ads are sticking fairly well. So.
Yeah, I have like 7 accounts right now, 7 or 8. Can you see my screen or?
No, go ahead and share again really quick.
Okay, give me 2 seconds here.
And welcome everybody. I was just helping Jonathan. We actually, I just figured I'd start recording the group chat right now since we're just kind of getting into it. It's a little different than what we typically do, but I figured this might be good to record, and then we'll go over some other stuff in a little bit.
A better account of mine actually would be, let me see here. Can you see my account now?
How are you doing with your calls on your Craigslist ads, by the way? Are you getting
so I mostly just get texts, to be honest. I've gotten like maybe 2 calls.
Okay. And you're getting mostly text, and how many are you getting? A lot?
I'm getting like maybe 2 or 3 every other day. It kind of like
click on the displays for those really quick for me, Jonathan. Let me take a look and see how those look.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think just the text you want to use like a little bit brighter font that stands out a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it's kind of blending in. If you can create like a text box that helps it stand out a little bit, like a
Mhm.
a nice bright like Aaron does that a lot, I don't know if you've seen the ones like Austin does in our Facebook ads, like a nice bright box. You put the letters in it. That helps
Mhm.
your ad stand out a little bit.
Okay. But yeah, would you so like the categories you would recommend would be what just like the ones you mentioned in the course, I'm assuming?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Um, for the categories within Craigslist that you would recommend posting in, what would you recommend? Just like staying away from like these ones right here, like computer parts and
Well,
electronics.
no, I mean you got it to stick, which is great, and you're using that, the kind of the workaround method there with just the pick, so that's
Mhm.
working for you, which is great. Just keep doing that, but just don't be shocked that they're going to get flagged if you do, because
Okay.
that's going to be a tough ad to stick. So just consider those as bonus if they stick, and
Okay.
and keep trying to do it, but just don't be surprised if you get a good majority of those getting flagged, and
Okay.
try to spread that out because like if you notice on this account's pretty healthy because everything is sticking it seems, but on your other account all those workaround type of ads got flagged. So some accounts are going to be a little healthier than others, and you'll probably get away with that method a little bit more, right? So just diversify your risk by having multiple accounts that you can do that with.
Okay. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
And
Thank
are
you
you
again.
only doing those type of ads too, by the way, where you're just showing the picture?
I've mixed it around with I don't think this account had wait, let me see here. Local news. So I have like an ad like this where it's just text based. I'm just like really worried if I write too much, then it's also gonna get flagged. So that's kind of why it's kind of like
No,
this is like
you'd be
iPad.
surprised. Sometimes the ads you write a lot, they actually stick better. So you just got to
Okay.
experiment. It looks like you're doing pretty good though with these Craigslist ads. You're getting a good amount to stick. How many do you have total, you think?
Um the last count, I'm trying to get my way to 50. So right now I have 15. Depending like sometimes entire account, like where one gets banned and then the entire account kind of goes kaput.
Yeah.
So I've just been kind of like experimenting, and I know that Craigslist is getting a little bit more tougher to post in. So I'm just kind of trying
But
to.
this is great. This is all free, which is good. You're not even on the paid ads yet, which is awesome. So a couple
Mhm.
things I would just say, Jonathan, 15 ads isn't too much for Craigslist if you're going to try to go that route. So I would
Okay.
try to just create more ads and more accounts, and that'll probably up the amount of calls that you're getting.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll really start seeing it more around 30 or 40 and just brighter colors in your ads, brighter call to action.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're doing great. I mean, you got to start, you took action, you got a lot of ads up. So just
Okay.
create some more. And I would play around with some text ads with the paid ads. Like financial services is really good. Financial services is worth it, I think, because you get the type of people that want to sell something. They're there because they need money. So that's a really good section to stick ads in.
Okay. Definitely.
And I think it's worth the $5 for it.
I'll definitely do that. Thank you again.
Oh yeah, of course, no problem. Cool. So we kind of just dive right in here. I figured, I always end up doing like 15 minutes of coaching before the group chat, and then we officially start. I figured I'd just start recording there and kind of catch it candidly. So I don't know if that's helpful or not for anybody watching the replay here, if you are, but so now I guess we're kind of officially starting the group chat. We're gonna have Chris come on in a little bit. Chris Schroeder said he was gonna help out if anybody wants help with the Facebook ads, and also, is there anything that you guys in particular need some help with today? Um, Jonathan wanted some help with Craigslist. Is there anything anybody else want to start off or have a question? Nate the Great says working on appraisals. I think that's a great idea. How about we start off with an appraisal drill to get things kicked off, and then we'll get going. Just really quick. Jeff says Craigslist pains. I've not done them. I'm losing the battle with apps like Let Go and OfferUp. Okay, Craigslist pains. Oh, so you haven't. Oh, paid ads. Craigslist paid ads. Any reason you haven't done paid ads, Jeff? I think the Craigslist paid ads work great. Like a lot of the top students that we have swear by the paid Craigslist ads, and some people actually will only do Craigslist paid ads because they work so well. But you don't know. Well, it's pretty simple, right? You just do it like a regular ad, and you just post in the paid section. So when you go new posting, I don't know why this says New Jersey. I'll put Rhode Island. I got to go to Rhode Island Craigslist for some reason. I don't know why it's on New Jersey. That's weird. Hope that didn't post the ad in New Jersey. No. Okay, so Rhode Island, we go to new posting, right? And see, so the paid section, you have wanted by owner, wanted by dealer is going to cost $3. Wanted by owner is free. So just that's the difference between that, right? It doesn't, unfortunately, it doesn't show it. So I'll just break it down for you guys. So service offered, that's going to be financial services is going to be that section. Anything in service offered is $5. So like if I go here, right? See how it, oops, I accidentally clicked something. See how it actually will tell you $5 per post, right? So see financial services, we're going to pick that $5 per post. And that's how you do the paid ads. That's it. And all you do, Jeff, is you just post an ad like regular. You know, you probably, I think you know how to do this at that point, right? The title and the description. And then at the end, it's just going to ask for your credit card info. And it's that simple. So posting a paid ad is no different than a regular ad, except you're just literally just picking the section that they charge for. And that's really it with the paid ads. Jeff says, awesome. How many accounts do I need to post multiple ads? Well, you know, start off with one and build it up. You know, start up to like 4 or 5 ads. And then once you fill that up, then start the second account, right? And then once you fill that up, start the third one. So just build up to it. That's what I would do. Yeah, no problem. And, you know, if you're struggling with Let Go and Marketplace, we can have some of the other students maybe share some of their Let Go ads and Marketplace ads that are working really well. Sam had some that were really good and shared them a couple of weeks ago. Paul said, I've done paid ads and they got flagged, but then again, I went postal on that account. So yeah, if you had the same ad posted, 20, 25 times on account, that could be why it's getting flagged. So you want to aim for like 4 to 6 good ads on each account that stick. You know, if you try to stick 15 ads on one account, you're risking a lot, because if anything happens with the account, you're going to lose all your ads. So you really want to spread your risk out across, 5, 6, 7 Craigslist accounts. So that way, if something happens to one account, it gets cursed or something happens, you have the other accounts as a backup. Mike says, I do Craigslist paid ads as well with some free ads. Yeah, I definitely think the paid ads, if I had to choose between all free and all paid, I'd go for all paid ads because they seem to work better and they stick for a good solid 30 days on the platform. Jesus says, how many Craigslist accounts should we have? Well, as many as you need, right? There's not a special number, right? I don't know. I think we have like between 10 or 15, but we might only use like 7 really solid, but it's nice to have the backups. But you really it's building one account at a time, right? So you build one up and you keep the ads, then you start another account and you build those up. Jeff says, can you renew paid ads every 30 days? Yeah, you just got to pay the $5 again. I just literally did it. I just reposted an ad and we paid the $5 and I just kept the same ad. So that's the other good thing too, is once you get ads to stick that are paid, after 30 days, you just pay pay Craigslist their money and you get an ad to stick for a whole nother 30 days without, having to think about what kind of ad to stick and all that stuff. So you're kind of building, the legwork is all up front, right? It's that first month of getting the ads posted. And once you've got like a nice solid pool of ads, like 30 or 40 ads, then it's just maintenance. You're just renewing and reposting and adding some fresh ads here and there and stuff. And then you can work on the other platforms a little bit more. Jesus says, how many ads should we post at a time? I think 3 a day is really my limit. Now I've seen people do 6 or 7, but then you kind of risk your account when you do that stuff. That's where you see people getting, their accounts banned and the credit cards banned and things like that. So be careful posting more than 5 ads per day. I try to, play it safe and do like 3 a day, basically is what I stick to. Hey, Austin. 3 is in 1 in the morning, afternoon, and night. Yeah, it is also better if you can spread them out throughout the day. I mean, 3 you can usually post at the same time and you'll be okay. If you do 3 ads per day, you can do it. If you're gonna do like 6 ads, then it's definitely better to do it like 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, 2 at night, like that, if you are gonna do that. Let's see. Who here, give me a 1. Let's see how many people like Craigslist and see how many people are getting a lot of deals from Craigslist and not. Give me a 1 if you like Craigslist and it's getting you deals. Give me a 2 if you don't. Oh, but you can only give me a 2 if you're actually posting on Craigslist currently. You can't give me a 2 if you've like never posted on Craigslist ever. So I want to know if you've like actually done it and how many ads, if not. So 1, 1, a 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. It's funny because some people swear by Craigslist and some people hate Craigslist. I usually get like about a 50-50 response on this. I personally think Craigslist is still a good meat and potatoes thing. So I said type 1 in the chat if you like Craigslist and it's getting you deals. 2, if you have a good amount of ads up and you're not getting deals from Craigslist. Give me a 3 if you haven't been able to get a lot of Craigslist ads to stick, and that's why you don't like Craigslist. Because I want to know if that's the case, because that's a different scenario. So we have about half 1s, half 2s, and now we've got some 3s. Okay. So I see a lot of 3s. So you guys are struggling with getting ads to stick, and that's why you don't have the Craigslist ads up. Can we get some of the people? Well, let me ask you this. Would it be helpful to see some of you guys ads that are not getting your ads to stick? Would anybody like to see that? Me go over that stuff? Yeah. Let's see. Derek, do you want to share your ads really quick? Anybody who has a mic, if you're struggling with Craigslist and you have a mic, let me check it out really quick and we'll see. And then we'll go over some more ad stuff for you guys. Mike says, I paid for an ad with a pick in financial services that got flagged. Any comments? Well, that can happen too. You just got to make sure you don't say the word iPhones when you're doing that. And it's, you know, these posting a lot of ads on Craigslist, guys, is not always a guarantee. So if something gets flagged, don't be afraid of it. Just post something else. Create a new account and try something else. Why not? I don't know why not, but Craigslist just doesn't allow you to say the word iPhones anymore in financial services. I've been trying to remove the word iPhones in most of my ads just in case there's some kind of algorithm trick. You know, it's hard. I don't work for Craigslist, so to know every little reason the algorithm works, it's impossible. You know, especially these platforms are always changing. That's why we have mastermind groups like this, so we can always share what's working and what's current and what's not. But from what I've seen, you know, putting iPhones tends to make your ads get flagged more. So I just use the word phones or smartphones. And in financial services, they just plain won't let you allow it. If you say iPhones, it will say we do not allow this term or something like that. Yeah. So just try to use the word phones and smartphones, and you know that's working really well for us. We get all our ads to stick, no problem. So did anybody want to show your ads that was getting ads that were getting flagged? iPhones in the body? No, I wouldn't put iPhones in the body or the title, Mike. I would just use the word phones or smartphones. I mean, I'm just saying as a recommendation, this is what's working for us. So I can't guarantee, again, I know for sure financial services, you can't use iPhones right now, but I would just avoid it, right? I don't want to increase my chances of getting flagged. I want to decrease them, and that's what's working well for us. So, Christian says Apple product ads work great. That covers all Apple products. Yeah, so that you could say we buy Apple products, you know, and see how that works. Cash paid for Apple products, phones and tablets, or cash paid for Apple phones and tablets might be another one you could probably try. You know, what I'd like to see really quick is if you guys can type in the chat what your daily ad posting schedule looks like. I want to see what platforms you guys are all doing. Like, tell me on Craigslist how many ads. Like, type 3 Craigslist ads per day, 10 Facebook groups. Give me what ad schedule you're doing for each platform. I'd like to see. And guys, if you're brand new, please participate, because the more I see that you guys are active in what you're doing, the more feedback and better content I give you guys on the group chat. So it's Christian says 3 Craigslist and paid Facebook ads. Okay. Marketplace. Okay, so instead of just saying marketplace and let go, how many marketplace ads per day and how many let go ads per day? I want to get really specific with this so I can help you guys increase your business, because we all know the business starts at the ads, right? Ads are going to be the thing that help you guys grow your business the most. So to start off, that's where the business starts. Then it goes to appraisals, negotiation, and building a relationship with customers after that. So 1 marketplace for Christian, and I've only got 1 person that actually responded with their ad schedule. Is everybody posting ads? Nate the Great says, I've been inconsistent, so now I'm working on the schedule Aaron has. Okay. Have you been following that schedule? I want to know what you're actually doing, though. That's the important part. I don't want to know I don't want to hear, guys, what you think you should be posting. I want to hear what you're actually doing. So if you know, even if you're doing only one ad a day or something, please be honest so I can see where you guys are at, and then I can address why that's the case. So, you know, we can go over that a little bit more. Deb says 1 Facebook, 3 accounts, 7 groups, 3 accounts. Chris says optimizing Facebook ads. Yeah, Chris will talk about Facebook ads in just a little bit to help you guys with that. Isaiah says 2 marketplace and 2 let go accounts on 3 separate accounts. Okay. Sam says 6 Facebook groups, 3 marketplace, 3 let go, and warm-ups on main accounts. Okay, good job, Sam. It's a pretty good schedule there. Can up that a little bit, maybe. Well, we'll talk about that, but that's, you know, it's pretty good. Jerome says 6 let go a day, Facebook 3 ads, marketplace, offer up to 4 ads per day. Okay, great. Wes says 3 let go. Nick says post 3 paid ads every 48 hours. Facebook groups are on 10, marketplace 1 every 2 days, 1 5 mile, and a few let go posts and cell phone, and a few services. Okay, cool. So we've got about 6 or 7 members on here doing, like, you know, the recommended posting schedule, but we have 31 people on the chat. All right. So how many other people are following this protocol? 3 Craigslist ads per day, 10 Facebook groups per day, 3 let go, and 1 marketplace at least. Who here is doing that at least 5 days a week? Give me a 1 if you're actually doing that schedule 5 days a week. Give me a 2 if you're not. I'm just curious. And be honest, guys. It's okay. Say 1 and then a 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. So a lot of us, can we agree that we know what to do? We're just not doing it, or is there something that's stopping you guys from doing the schedule every day? Give me a reason why, because looks like 80% of people here are not doing the schedule they're supposed to. So do you just need some motivation? You need a little push? Do you need some examples? Do you need to hear a story about somebody else having success? What do you think it is that's stopping you from actually following the program and doing 3 Craigslist ads per day, 10 Facebook group posts, 3 let go, and 1 marketplace every day? That's what it's every employee in my store. That's what their schedule is, minimum every day, and then we try to enhance that, right? We try to see if we can break that every single day, but that's the minimum required for each person at the store. Someone says, because I hurt the golden goose in July, I don't want to kill him. Okay, that's good, but I think you can do this without breaking any platforms. I think you can still do this schedule, guys, without damaging anything. So Austin, do you want to put anything on? Austin always gets quite a bit of business from my stores and does really, really well. And I can unmute you, Austin, or you can just talk.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, the ad posting schedule is definitely very important to, you know, keep you on track with everything and all that, because honestly, you definitely need it. And honestly, with that schedule in particular, that you're going to get like a decent amount of leads every day you're going to get a decent amount of leads every day at that point, you know, especially posting on all those platforms, because you're going to be posting on like many different platforms. But yeah, I mean, I don't also really throw in.
So Jonathan wanted to ask, you post 3 ads on Let Go on the same account? Yeah, I think 3 Let Go ads per day on 1 account is okay. I think you're going to be okay with that. You guys, you don't be afraid of ads getting flagged. They are going to get flagged. You got to continue to do it though, right? You got to keep going. And the worst thing that happens, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you get a Let Go account banned, right? All you have to do is just get a really cheap device. Doesn't even have to have a phone number active on it. And you can create a new Let Go account with another email and just start over. So it's literally that easy to start a new account if something happens. So you shouldn't be afraid of posting at least 3 ads per day on Let Go. A lot of them at the store have 2 accounts each and posting 3 ads per day. How many are you doing, Austin?
I do about 3 ads per day, and then I do renews. But yeah. I mean, it varies, especially when I'm working on the paid ads. I work on those more just because they're priority.
Now, here's the caveat to that posting schedule. If you're willing to do paid ads, which we'll go over in a second, Chris Schroeder is going to talk about paid ads. Like Austin's managing our paid ads a lot, and we do amazing from the Facebook paid ads, right? But you have to be willing to spend a little money and experiment. Like you can't spend $10 a day in paid Facebook ads over 2 days and then quit and say, Dave, it doesn't work. That's not how it works with paid Facebook ads. You have to stick with it, and you have to give it 2 weeks to 3 weeks to a month, and then see your results over that period, right? So I see a lot of members, they'll try paid Facebook ads out, and it'll be like 1 day goes by and they spent $5 and they're like, I only got 5 leads, which is amazing. 5 leads is fantastic, but even if you only got 2 leads for $5, that's still really great. And you've got a split test ad, so there's a strategy to the paid Facebook ads. So if you work at that, you work at the strategy, which we'll talk about in a little bit, paid Facebook ads can give you the most return if you do it right, and it takes less work than having to post on all these platforms all the time. Okay, so there's the best thing you guys want to do, right, is you want to, first of all, you gotta go through the grind of posting ads a little bit to get familiar in this business, so you can learn with the free advertising, make your mistakes, and get good at the negotiation, right? So that's your ultimate goal. So you want to do a challenge to yourself. 30 days, out of 30 days, the next 30 days, 25 of them, you want to stick to the schedule that I give you guys, okay? If you stick to that, right, there's old phrase, if it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? So if you guys stick to the schedule that a lot of the top students are doing, 3 Let Go ads a day, marketplace, 3 Craigslist ads, and 10 Facebook groups. You do that every single day. I can't guarantee anything, but you're much more likely to hit, bigger numbers like 10,000 a month or more if being consistent. But you can't do it for 1 day and say, well, Dave, I did it on Monday. Maybe I'll do that. I'll post that many ads on Friday. You got to really be consistent if you want to keep the leads flowing in, and it builds momentum, right? So what I saw happen is had someone that was posting the ads every day, 2 weeks. They did it. They were consistent, and we crushed it. He was buying like 4 or 5 phones for that store every single day, and then he took it easy. A couple ads got flagged, and he got a little knocked off his horse, and he stopped posting. And that week, he bought half the phones he bought the previous 2 weeks. That's how much a difference it made not posting those ads, right? So you've got to just remember that ads, it keeps like a momentum going, right? And you just want to keep that momentum going by posting those ads every day. And don't get beat up if you get a couple ads back, it's okay. You just get right back on it the next day, and you figure out how to get those ads to stick, and then you keep going. Let's see. I got off a little off track. What were we talking about? How did I get into that whole thing, anyways? Oh, the challenge, right? So who here can commit to an ad posting challenge 25 days out of 30? You get 5 days off. 5 days off. Who's going to commit to the stick with the program challenge for at least 30 days? You get 5 days off, so you only have to actually do the program 25 days out of the 30, but you got to do that. Who's willing to do that? I'd really like to actually do a case study on this. Jonathan says I'll do it no days off. Oh, now we're talking. That's awesome. Look, if you can do that, that's great. But let's just try at least 25 out of 30. All right. All right. I like this. You guys are in. We got 9 people so far committed. That's 5 days a week, right? That's it. No, 6 days a week. 6 days. Wait, 5, 30 day. Yeah, I guess that is, yeah. It's about 5 days a week. Well, 5 weeks should be 25 days. So it's like, yeah, it's like 5 days a week and some days 6, I guess. Something like that. Time to grind. All right, guys. Great. Now, here's the thing. Here's another important part, okay? One thing I've noticed is that the members that are not only consistent with that, but also consistent in their attitude with customers, right? Let's be honest. How many people here have ever, maybe gotten a bad call or a text and it knocked you off your game and you were a little grumpy the rest of the day? Anybody not respond to some text because they got a little aggravated, they got a little frustrated because somebody wanted too much for their phone, or they swore at you or something like that, right? That's going to happen in this business, right? So here's if you want to really up the game challenge, okay? I want you to do this challenge. It's the positive only challenge, which means no matter what happens, I don't care if this person says the nastiest, meanest words to you over the next 25 days, you can't get negative about it. You can't emotionally react. You can only be positive, right? Now, I don't mean be positive like, yay, I'm going to close the phones, but I mean genuinely you feel good. You know, it just blows off. Like, okay, the guy swore at me. Next, let me get to the next one. And you're going to keep a positive attitude for 25 days along with your ads, no matter what happens. Paul says I'm out of that challenge. It's hard to do, guys. It's super hard. It's hard to be positive for just 5 days straight, never mind 25 days. Is there anybody here who has the guts to take the 25-day positive and ad challenge together? Anybody here? Give me a 1 if you're in. Give me a 2 if not. Give me a 3 if you want to be in, but you just really need a real big push to get in. I see 1, 1, 1. Take the challenge. 3, 3. You guys need the push. Look, you guys could do it. I know you could do it. Here's something that helps me. Can I give you guys a trick for keeping your emotions in check when things go bad? Would you guys like that? Okay. Here's a little technique I use myself. You know, I own multiple stores. I got multiple businesses going on. I got a family. I've got hobbies. There's a lot of things to knock me off my game on a daily basis. And sometimes they do. Sometimes I do get frustrated. But you know, when I do, it really affects me because I've got so much going on. So what I do is every morning I do a breathing technique. And this breathing technique helps me remain focused throughout the day. Okay. So what it is when I start off in the morning, you just get relaxed. This is what you got to do, guys, before you get up and you reach for your phone. Does anybody do this? Does anybody wake up in the morning and you pick up your phone? It's the first thing you do, right? And guess what? You're not picking up that phone because you're like, ooh, I want to check how many sales I got today. No, you're picking up that phone because you want to find something negative, right? You're like, let me see what's on this phone. See what's something I can get upset with, right? That's what we all do. So you got to, first thing you do in the morning is not touch your phone. Okay, you don't want to do that. Someone says, I usually play a game. Okay, well, that's good too, but you know, might be better to just not get on your phone at all. Just take a breather, wake up, right? I actually keep a gratitude journal, so I write things that I'm grateful for in my journal every day. And this, first of all, that puts me in a good mood, right? Being grateful for things. You know, I'm really grateful. Even if things aren't going well, I've tried to find things that I'm grateful for that are going well, because usually what you appreciate appreciates, right? Which means, you know, if you're grateful for the good things going on, you're going to get more good things. That helps you a little bit. And if you're grateful for all the good customers that you have, right? Because we get really focused on the negative ones, right? We can have 10 good customers, but that one guy who pisses us off, no matter what, we can have all the good customers, but that one guy, that one jerk, we're going to focus on that guy all day, right? So to override that, we've got to be grateful for all the good customers that we got. I'm grateful for the customers that are pleasant and easy to deal with, that will negotiate. And when you're grateful for those, you're going to attract more of that. And then after I do my gratitude ritual, I breathe in through my nose. Does anybody want to try this technique really quick with me? Give me a 1 if you want, if you actually want to do this, and give me a 2 if you want to move on to more like phone flippy type of stuff. So 1. I've got 5 1s so far. If I get at least 10 1s, we'll keep doing it. Okay. You know, you can't give me the same one. I need 10 people to give me 1. Okay, we got 10 1s. There we go. All right, so let's all do this together. So first thing you're gonna do, guys, and you can put on, you know, I have Alexa here. I put on meditation music, but you don't have to do that. You can just, you know, just sit in a nice quiet spot. Here's the thing. Here's what you got to do. You're gonna first breathe in. You're gonna breathe in through your nose. Okay. And as you guys breathe in through your nose, what I want you to do is focus on how the air feels just going up in your nose. That's it. I don't want you to focus on anything else. I don't want you to focus on noises going in the room or you know, think about what you got to do for the day. All I want you to focus and see if you can concentrate on just the air going into your nose. Okay, and then breathe out. And as you breathe out, you're going to focus on the air flowing out of your nose. Okay. And as you breathe in, just feel this tiny little sensations inside your nose. Does the air feel cool? Do you feel any sensations in your nose when you do that? And breathe out. Okay? That's one cycle. So breathe in, You breathe out. It's one cycle. And you're going to do that again. Breathe in. Now, as you do this, your mind wants to wander. It's going to start going, oh, I've got to respond to these leads. I've got to start posting my ads. I've got work to do. I've got to do this. I've got to get up. I've got to take a shower. I've got to do this. I've got to do this. You're going to want to think of all these things to do. Instead, stay focused on just the breath going into your nose and then out. And you have to make it to 10 repetitions without getting distracted. It's harder than it thinks, okay? And if you can do this 10 times, you'll notice this feeling of clarity and this just genuine sense of peace and relaxation in your gut. And even now, when you're focused like that, when someone, says something that you find unpleasant, you can go back to that feeling. So you program your brain to be in a certain state of relaxation and focus. So when something bad happens, you can put yourself back into that state very quickly with this exercise. But then you can just do 1 or 2 repetitions at that second. Just, okay, this guy made me upset. Breathe. Breathe out. And you'll notice instantly your state starts to change, okay? The only thing, see, when this negative stuff happens, guys, right, like, customers get angry at us and stuff, it doesn't really hurt us financially. It's just more of an emotional experience. But the state we're in is what perpetuates the rest of the day. If we're in a good, feeling good state where we're focused, we're relaxed, and we're ready to do business, we're going to be more productive. We're going to be more attractive to the people that we deal with, and we're going to be more confident. But if we're in a state of nervousness, frustration, anxiety, fear, anger, that stuff is also going to perpetuate through the day, and we're going to turn away customers, we're going to lose deals, and we're going to not do as much as we would typically if we're in a better focused mood, okay? So did anybody find that helpful? I know this is a little different than just, it's not negotiations or phone flipping, but I feel like this part of business is more important. It trumps everything, because when your mind is right, everything else gets right. Okay, cool. See, very good stuff. Very. So would you guys like to go over some paid Facebook ad stuff now? Would that be helpful, or do you have any other questions or anything? Yeah? Okay, cool. Chris, I'm going to give you the mic now and hand it over if you're ready.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
No, I can't hear you very well. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
No, it's probably because of my MacBook.
Okay. Just to introduce Chris, for those of you guys that don't know Chris does Facebook ads for a phone flipper. He does a great job. He usually gets a lot of people messages for less than $1 a message, and has been doing really well with paid Facebook ads. So Chris is always studying new strategies for the ads and what to do. So I'll let you go ahead and take it away, Chris, and go over anything that you'd like. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and ask.
Feel free to go ahead and ask, guys. I'm actually going to go ahead and share my screen just to kind of go over what different things are, how I create ads, and just different things. I mean, there's so much that goes into all this that it's a little hard to go over in one session. So I'm just going to hop into it and just go over what I can. Let me see if I can. Here we go. All right, ads manager. Move this. Okay. All right, so this is one of my clients. I'm gonna go to my own. I've been messing. Oh, this isn't the right one. I have 2 ad accounts. All right, so as you can see, I'm actually testing quite a few different ones here. This one I think I just started. Yeah, this one just started today. This one's a boosted marketplace ad. I don't usually do these. It's a test mostly. But down here is what I've been running. So let's hop into.
Chris, you know what might be really good is just to show everybody like some ads that are really doing well for you, and like maybe why they should do paid Facebook ads a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Let me hop in here real quick.
Like show some ads that are working really well for your clients and what they can do maybe to maybe get started with that.
Sure. I'll show my ads and then I'll show some of my clients' ads that are doing really well. Wrong thing here. Ad set. All right, so these are some ads that I'm running at the moment. Let's see how they're doing. Here we go. This is these are per clicks. These are going to my website, something else I'm testing. Let me go to one of mine that I'm not actually testing and then I'm actually running for a client.
Okay.
I spend so much money on my own account testing stuff before I use it on other people's accounts. All right, here we go. So as you can see, you can clearly see the ads in these photos right here. These are pretty much the ones that are doing the best. As you can see, most of them are on a $5 a day budget. They're under a different ad set. As you can see, this one has 77 messages at $1.98 per message. So, some of them go over $2, but I'm also targeting higher end phones on some of these ads. So as you can see, most of them are below $2. So it's all about figuring out which ad is going to work. Let me go back to the campaigns here. So in the campaigns is where I kind of show what I'm targeting. This one is Facebook feeds only. I don't even target Instagram. This one was like 4 cities that are in that area. As you can see, they're all doing extremely well right here, all the active ones. Let me go to the best one.
Let's ask a question too, just so everybody can follow along with this, Chris.
Sure.
So guys, give me a 1 if you've actually launched a paid Facebook ad, so you kind of know this dashboard at least a little bit and you understand like how this works. Give me a 2 if you've never launched a paid Facebook ad yet and you have no idea how this works. Just so we kind of know if we have to explain some more stuff. So we got about 30% of people haven't launched a Facebook ad yet.
Okay.
So guys, this is on the Business Manager, and there's a video in the course. So if you haven't launched a paid Facebook ad yet, guys, there's a video in the course in the paid Facebook ad section you can find that will walk you through setting up your first ad, and then another one that will go over more advanced topics too. Okay, so if you have no clue on this, don't worry about it. Just follow along, listen to what Chris is saying, and you can go back and watch the course video and launch your first ad. It's a step-by-step guide. Okay.
Yep.
So go ahead now, Chris.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this. I just want to see who was answering. All right, so we're going to go to the best performing one that has the best cost per message. So we're going to go to ads here. All right, as you can see, I have 5 ads running on one campaign, right? 3 of them are active. All right, so I got 3 active ads. These 2 down here didn't do very well. As you can see, they didn't get any messages right here. So I noticed what a lot of people do whenever they create a Facebook campaign or a Facebook ad is they go here, they create a campaign, they set up the ad set just like this. But then once they get to this point, they only make 1 ad. I don't recommend doing that. I recommend making at least 5 to 10 ads with different photos. So as you can see, every photo here is different, So I'll even open them up. That way you guys can see them.
So Chris, maybe just break that down a little bit slowly, just because some of the people haven't launched an ad or might not be experienced with what you mean. So you're going to start a $5 campaign, right? And you have an ad set, and then under that campaign, you're setting 5 different ads, which are the actual pictures and copy. So you're going to test 5 different versions using that $5 budget. And what's going to happen is Facebook is going to use that $5 to test all these ads with. And then you don't pay $5 per ad. You pay $5 for the campaign. It's governed by the campaign. So you pay $5 for the campaign, and all the little ads are under that campaign. So what it will do is spread the $5 budget over those 10 ads. So you're still only spending $5. But Facebook gives 50 cents to each ad and says, okay, this ad's working better. We're going to give it a little bit more budget. The Facebook algorithm is really smart. It kind of figures this out for you. So that's what Chris is talking about here. He'll start off by launching 5 to 10 different ad picks under one campaign for $5. So we can see, okay, this one is getting 50 cents a message. Let's put more of the budget to this, and let's turn off all the picks that don't work. Does that make sense to you guys? Because I know this can get really confusing. It's complicated.
Yeah, it's hard for me to explain it without being confusing.
It's okay. I mean, you're so into it, Chris. You're good at this, so I understand. You know, once you're just doing it, you just start going. But for some of these guys, it's really complicated. It's a little complicated for a beginner.
So, Colton, this is how I do it without a website. There's no website.
Yeah, you don't need a website for this at all. You do it absolutely. Most people run the paid Facebook ads are not using a website. All you do is you create a Facebook business page, which if you guys watch the free video in the course, it shows you how to do all this stuff. So it's literally a 1 hour group chat. We just watch that. We'll step by step walk you through the whole thing, right?
All right. So Colton, for my customers or my clients, I don't use a pixel. I just do it just like this, because a pixel you have to connect to a website. If you want website traffic, then you need a pixel. But I don't.
That's more like, you know, Facebook ads 105. We want to get like maybe 101, 102, 103 here. Yeah. That's where everybody seems to be at the moment. So let's continue on with. Go ahead and show the ads that you're doing, Chris, and what some of the pictures you're doing.
Yeah, sure. All right, so this is one of the photos right here. It's just simple, you know, it's not anything crazy, you know. Let's go to another one here. As you can see, my photos aren't, you know, they're not like super perfect. They're pretty crappy looking, honestly. I'm waiting for it to load here. Sorry. Okay, let's try another one.
But crappy pics are okay, right? You don't need to put a lot of effort into your pics, because we find that we go for what I call ugly pretty.
There's no need to. Yeah. All right, so this is not loading, so I don't know what the deal is. I mean, you guys can kind of see the pictures here. They're small, but you know they kind of just get the point across. Is there any way you click
on another one? Maybe try the third one, Chris, and see if you just edit that and see if you can get that one. Did that one do any good or no? Oh, don't go to duplicate, by the way. Just hit edit and click on that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if you were doing that or not.
No, it's just not showing up.
Yeah, it's,
I guess my Wi-Fi
sometimes it slows the internet down when you're on Zoom if you have slow internet or anything.
Let me close some of these tabs here. Okay, it's just taking forever.
You want to share it on your phone? Just show on your phone some of the ads?
Oh, here you go. Here's one.
Okay.
That's kind of what most of my ads look like. I mean, it's just got a bunch of electronics on them, and just kind of looks like that, really. And I use that on a lot of my clients' ads managers as well.
No, wait, here's, you know, really quick, Chris, if I could just jump in, can you put it back to that picture for a second?
Yeah.
I just want to give everybody a tip. So what you guys can do, if you're new to paid Facebook ads and you don't want to spend a ton of money testing, right? What you could do is get a bunch of pics like Chris has got like this. You make some pics like this, and then what you could do is use the Facebook group strategy to see which pics and posts get you the most phones in Facebook groups. And then you can take those pics when you post in Facebook groups that got you the most and use that for your paid ad. And more than likely, that particular pic will perform better because you've already tested it with a free audience. Okay, does that make sense? So sometimes the best picks for marketplace or Facebook groups also make great picks for paid Facebook ads as well. Okay, just be really careful. Don't have the Apple logo in your ad. And I see the Apple logo in Chris's ad. He must have got it to stuck because it's like kind of diagonal. But be very careful of that because they will ban your ad account or they will disapprove your ad if you have the Apple logo in the ad. So be careful with that one, guys.
I think it's only if it's on your page. I think that's the only thing that happens there.
I found it in the ad too, but I don't know.
I got the Apple logo in a couple of my ads, so they've always stuck. But you know, I'll know the day that my ad account gets banned. So let's go to Muhammad here. Everybody knows him. I don't know if he's on the chat tonight. I just started with his ad account a couple days ago. He contacted me about signing up. See how he's doing. He's got 3 ads running. So he wanted to target iPhone 8 and up and Galaxy S8 and up. And as you can see, the ads are not doing bad at all.
That's insanely good cost for iPhone 8 and up, $1.19 per message. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and I mean, at $2.20 per message, I'm only targeting 18 to 34-year-olds. So he was kind of like my guinea pig for that one. So, but as you can see, they're all doing really well. Let's go actually check out the ads themselves. As you can see, some of them are at like 84 cents a message. As you can see, I mean, the pictures are nothing crazy either. So let me just open up some. Hopefully it'll load quick.
And in the meantime, while Chris is showing this, guys, if you have any concerns, questions, skepticism about paid Facebook ads, feel free to put them in the chat so we can address some of those concerns to help you out. Like, you know, any questions that you have at all on this, type it in, and you know, we want to be able to help you. So, because we don't really know what, you know, what if this is helpful or not. But you know, let me know if you're going to try paid Facebook ads. If you why you wouldn't want to try it. If you don't want to, if you're nervous about trying paid Facebook ads.
If you're scared, just send me a message. I do this for pitch. But yeah, I mean, these are just some of the ads that I use. I mean, they're nothing fancy, but I'm trying new things out all the time. So
Eric asks, he said, "Can I speak?" Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've got a question. So lately, when I tried Facebook ads, I found I haven't been getting tons of leads, but the leads I have been getting, I've noticed are, for lack of a better word, people that look a little like thuggish. Like you look at their Facebook profile and the first picture is like them pointing a gun at the camera. So when you see that kind of stuff, do you just ignore it or you just work with it in any way? Just curious what your perspective is.
I don't typically look at their Facebook profile, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't have enough time to do that.
Okay.
I mean, I've found Facebook ads to be higher quality people typically. I mean, I won't say that you don't get garbage with Facebook ads, like bad leads and crappy phones and stuff like that, because you do. I mean, you're going to. And I have not found a way to stop that. And I have probably some of the best cost per messages in the industry right now. Like, I still get crappy leads. I still get bad leads. You know, in my opinion, I just think it's part of the business.
Okay. The thing that so just want to point out for you guys if you try paid Facebook ads, so some advanced business stuff here is most businesses, you know, successful businesses, they look at business on a weekly and monthly basis, right? So have you guys ever noticed, for example, you'll get some weeks that it's just busier, even if you're posting the same amount of ads, right? Facebook ads work so well. The problem is that they amplify everything. So when business isn't that great, you're going to get a lot of leads, but they just might not be as higher quality as you want. But on the weeks where there is a lot of business, you're going to get tons and tons of business, massive amounts of phones. Like we were spending $9,000 a week just a couple weeks ago on phones from the paid Facebook ads. It was fantastic. But then this week we only bought like 6,000 worth of phones. It was a little bit slower, or maybe like 5,500, 6,000. It wasn't that great of a week, you know. But the week before we spent like 9,000. So you know, you got to look at a monthly basis too. So you can't go by 2 or 3 days worth of results. And then Austin, did you have any input as far as like Eric's question about like answering the leads? Because you're answering tons of messages on Facebook from the Facebook ads all the time.
Sorry, my thing was muted. The big thing I would say is to not waste your time too much on like one person. That's probably the biggest thing. Because you're definitely going to get like a lot of people that, you know, waste your time. It's just kind of a part of the industry, no matter what platform you're getting the leads from and whatnot. So yeah, I would just basically, if someone's really like holding you up, just move on to the next lead. I would say is the big thing. But definitely, you're going to get better leads, I would say, in general from paid ads than you are from any other platform at the same time. So you're going to get people that are more willing to sell their device, I feel like.
I got something to add on to that too. I keep seeing like people talking about how like they're getting a lot of crappy leads from paid ads. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. But the fact is, like, paid ads are so cheap that you should be able to cover it. Like if you can spend I used to spend $40 a day on ads whenever I was, a couple months ago. Not at the moment, just due to certain circumstances. But I would usually be able to make at least, if I could make $40 that day back in at least my ad spend, then I was definitely doing something wrong. Like, because $40 a day will definitely bring in a lot of ads. But I recommend, like, if you're just starting out, it's 5 to 10 a day, and then scale up, higher and higher throughout. That way you can handle it. Because if you start doing so much a day, it's hard. Like, it's really hard to answer that many messages. I mean, Austin probably knows what I'm talking about because I know Dave's ad spend is up there.
Yeah, we spent about $50 a day, 45 to 50 a day is what we spend.
Yeah. No,
But we average what did we buy today? Like it was a slower day and we bought like 11 phones.
Yeah.
Something like that. So it's worth it. I'll spend $50 all day for that.
I feel like I'm getting more phone calls than anything though by putting the phone number in there. I've been getting a ton of phone calls every day. It's like absolutely like obnoxious. The phone just never stops ringing basically throughout the whole day. It's crazy.
Yep, I definitely think phone calls are good, but I agree. So let's see, kind of going off a tangent. Does anybody else have any questions? That was a good question, Eric. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Anything else you want to show too, Chris?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Occupied there for a second. Let me look.
Derek says, do you think you should get a VA if you're getting that many leads? Yeah, I mean, if you feel confident you could train a VA that's going to negotiate as hard as you are, sure.
That's actually a good topic to talk about because I actually have somebody that's answering my messages right now for my paid ads. The one thing that is difficult about having somebody else answer your ads is they don't know how to appraise. That is so difficult to train somebody. And it takes a lot of time. I meet up with him like every other day going over that stuff. So it's not easy. He offered like $175 for a bad LCD XR the other day, and I about choked because I almost had to buy it. So does anybody want to see me make an ad or make a campaign really quickly? We're getting okay. Cool.
I say
okay.
yes, of course. Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. All right. So I'm in mine. Right? Yeah, I'm in mine. Okay. Let's go to create. I'm gonna go down here to. I gotta move this. I'm gonna go to messages. I'm not gonna do any of this. I don't usually do that. Wait for all this to load. All right, so one thing that I used to make a huge mistake on is I would never edit this. I would just type in Texas, but you need to exit out of United States or your ads will be everywhere across the entire nation. And I remember one time I was getting like 25-cent leads, but they were in Oregon. It was horrible. All right, so as you can see, I targeted my area here. I'm actually going to bring it down a little bit to about 20 miles.
If you're brand new, I would recommend 10 miles just if you're new at this.
Yeah.
If you
Everybody comes to me, so I don't really worry about it. All right, so here, if you want to do detailed targeting, you can do that. I do it for my clients now just because I kind of know how it works. So right here, you would type in iPhone. I would type in iPhone X. And you want to click Facebook access iPhone X. And then you're going to go over here to suggestions. And you can just do like 8 plus or iPhone 8 and up or something like that, which is usually what I do. All right, and then I do Galaxy S8. And then suggestions again. Just, grab all the ones that you want. I usually try to target higher end phones because the people who are using these phones usually have a newer phone that they, upgraded from or something like that. All right. So As you can see, we still have a good amount of audience. We still got almost 60,000. Now, here's the big part. You do not want Facebook doing your ads for you. And that's exactly what this is. Facebook thinks that they know where to put your ads, and they don't. Okay? So you want to go to Edit Placements. You want to shut off Instagram. Actually, first of all, you want to go up here to Edit, Devices, turn off Desktop, because you only want it on mobile devices, because that's what you're targeting. Shut off Instagram, shut off Messenger. See, Facebook is all trying to stop you. Don't listen to them. Shut off everything. As you can see, my reach just went up.
Wow, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Over here, you're going to go to $5 a day. Don't listen to this. Ignore this. It's Facebook trying to tell you again what they think that you need to do. Throughout this whole process, just make sure that Facebook, just don't listen to Facebook. All right, we're going to go to Add Media, one image. Oh, here you guys are going to see a whole bunch of my ads now. All right, we're going to go to, I'm going to use, I like this one. Let's use this one. All right. Now, usually right here, I type in sell my stuff. Here I usually do something different here. I'm actually not going to give that away because that's my secret. So, but usually what you would do would be like, hey, Beaumont in Southeast Texas. That's where I live. We buy smartphones and electronics for cash. Message, text, or call today. And then I'm just going to put this number because I don't want you people calling me. All right. And then you want to make sure it's send message. I never put a description here, so it's not necessary. So now you need to go down here. So whenever you're creating, you need to create a conversation. Do not do generate leads because that'll bring the wrong stuff. You need to just start a conversation. So just go in here and edit. As you can see, it will help you. It'll kind of put everything here for you. What I usually do is I put in sell my phone. It's going to take a minute to come up because this is the slowest thing ever. All right. Then I type in sell my MacBook or laptop. Once again, it's going to take a minute to show up. There we go. And then I do sell something else. And that'll show up in a second. I stopped using the enter the answer to this question because people were never responding to them anyway. So I just didn't do it. All right, and then you just create a new name. So I'm just going to type new text, save and finish. As you can see, it shows up just right here. You can actually preview it on your phone. It'll send you a message. That way you know that it's working. All right. I don't do the pixel because I don't have a website right now. Well, I do, but it's for a different ad set. All right, so it kind of just like this. And now here is where you diversify things. You go to confirm the ad. It'll take a few seconds because they take forever to publish. Okay. As you can see, it's in review now. So we're going to go over here. All right, so this is usually where people stop. This is where you do not stop. This is only one ad on your campaign. You need to have at least 5. So what you're going to do is you're going to press duplicate.
Now you're going to make sure you're on the ads tab, not on the campaign level. Really important. They got to know that. So you're duplicating the ad, not the ad set or the campaign. You're duplicating the ad, which will duplicate it under the ad set. So that way it doesn't increase your budget.
Yeah, make sure this is blue. I didn't just do. I just do. Did I duplicate that?
Looks like there's 2. Maybe
I
not.
did, didn't I? All right, duplicate. All right, just created a new ad. What you're going to do is you're going to go down. You're going to edit the image, change image, and you're going to put a different image in there. And you're going to do this 5 times. It's super easy. You just publish it, then you're going to duplicate again.
And that's what we call split testing.
Yeah.
So Chris is using different picks to see which one works better. And it's using the same amount of budget. So the budget will be spread over those 3 different picks, but Facebook will determine which ones, or you could determine which one works by the amount of messages you get and the cost.
Yep. Okay. I don't like it when it does that. All right, here we go. Back to ads. As you can see, we have 2 different ad pictures now. Well, we should. We're going to change the image again. We're going to do this one. I just throw a whole bunch of images out there, and whichever one's the winner, that's kind of how it works. I never know which picture is going to be perfect for what area, because I do this for like 11 different people, and all the ads operate differently. It's never going to be the same thing, if that makes sense. And as you can see, we'll duplicate that one. Sorry, guys, my computer's kind of slow.
No, you're kind of fast.
The lightning fast Wi-Fi I used to.
Derek says, so is that $50 a day? No. Every time he's creating an ad, it's not adding $5 a day. It's going to be $5 a day spread across those ads. That's why he's duplicating the ads under the ad set. Okay. So you remember the campaign is set at $5. And so it's going to be really, Derek, like 50 cents a day per ad that it's going to spread those ads. Now, some ads might get $2 of the budget if they're performing better. The Facebook algorithm will give a little bit more budget to the ones that get the best responses. Does that make sense, guys? So you're not spending an extra $5 per day under every ad pick that he's creating. It's spreading the budget out over those picks.
And the best way to check this is to make sure where your budget is at. Just click on this, go to ad set, and it'll tell you right here. It'll just tell you $5. Because that ad set is only $5, and then it goes to the ads here. All right, so I only have one ad set here, and then it goes to the ads that are under the ad set, which are using only $5. So it's like $1 per ad here that Facebook is going to utilize, if that makes sense. Okay, so it's incredibly simple once you kind of figure it out. So create one campaign, one ad set, and 5 ads with different pictures. Do not use the same photo for every ad because it won't do anything. All right. And then another good thing to change on the ads is the copy here. This thing right here. It's good to change that up. That's actually one of my ninja tactics for Facebook ads is different copies, and I've kind of gone through probably about 50 or 60 of them now to figure out which ones actually work. So,
by the way, Austin, if you're listening, and I don't know if you're watching this, but we should test the different copies. One thing we don't do is we should pick one of our best picks and then try 10 different ad copies to see which one, because our ad copy is a little stale at this point. We've been using that same copy for like 4 months now or something, I think. So might be time to switch up the ad copy a lot. Will dramatically reduce our ad costs, I think.
Definitely.
You can use that Google Doc that I sent you, Dave. It's got 5 different copies on it.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, you never opened that, did you?
No, I didn't. No, I need to go back and open it up. Sorry, but I'll do it tomorrow. I'll go over it with Austin.
Yeah, I sent you 5 pictures and 5 different ad copies that have been proven to work. So
Thanks. I appreciate it. I'll go check that out tomorrow.
all right, so that is how to build a Facebook ad. And what you want to do is I do it every single day. I go in and I optimize the ads. Like I'll go like let's go to this one. This one it's got 11 messages, $2.65 per message, targeting iPhone X and up. So let's go check out the ads for it. As you can see, there's only one active ad on it because they was running at $1.75 per ad. The other one was at $1.94. So I want to go with the lowest cost, right? Now, if this one goes above like $2, I'll just turn this one back on. But and if all of them go, then I'll turn these 2 on. But it's called optimizing every single day. You have to be on Facebook ads every single day. If you're not, the next thing you know, this is going to be $14 per message, which is horrible. And it sucks.
Well, it's not going to jump for $1.75 a message usually to 14 the next day, but just it is important to be on it regularly. I mean, you don't have to monitor it every 5 seconds. I've seen some people do paid Facebook ads and they check their ads like every 15 minutes, like, my cost went up by 20 cents. And it's like, it's only been 15 minutes. It's going to fluctuate a little. You know, you don't really want to monitor your ads that hard like that.
Where's Feldman?
Yeah.
But yeah, it can go pretty quickly if you don't check your ads often. I never used to check them very often. You know, I have to check everybody's every day now, so I check mine as well, and I just optimize them daily. So to keep the cost per message pretty low.
Derek asked, how long do you run them until you cut them if they're not doing well? I really think like anything under $2 a message, I wouldn't cut. Great. You know, like under $2 a message is really profitable.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, if it this is different. iPhone X and up at $2.65 a message, I'm happy with that. You know, like that's different. I'll pay $3 a message if it's, you know, an XS Max and down, you know.
Because the reason for that, just in case anybody doesn't know, is that like let's say you get 10 leads for $2.65 a message, right? And that costs $26.50 for those 10 leads. But if you close 1 out of 10 and you're getting an XS Max, you're going to make at least XS Maxes we usually make $150 profit minimum on, or to 200, right? So you're paying $26 to make 150, which is, I don't know about you guys, but I'll spend $26 all day long, right? So I'll spend $50 a day if I have to get 2 XS Maxes, you know, each day. That's how you would do what's called scaling your Facebook ads. You know, you figure out what your return on investment is, and then you just spend more money, and you make more money the more you spend once you get it optimized. That's a little bit more advanced, but
yeah, I mean, this is a little advanced because I did a lot of stuff on this ad that's a little bit different from what I showed you guys because it's a testing thing. I'm not going to show you guys something that I'm testing. I'm going to show you guys something that it's been proven to work. So here, let's look at this guy real quick. I started with him the other day too. He lives in Louisiana, and his ads are doing fantastic. Really, I'm targeting New Orleans, iPhone 8 and up, iPhone 8 and up. All of these are iPhone 8 and up, Galaxy S8 and up. And as you can see, his cost per message is pretty high. So it's doing pretty well. We'll jump into the ads here.
Wait, you said cost per message is really high?
It's really low, I meant.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, those are pretty good costs. I'll take $1.09 per message.
Yeah, see, so I was running 6 ads for this guy. I shut some of them off, as you can see. So this one was performing the best at $1.02 per message. So I just kept going with that one, and that just brings the ad spend down, the cost per message down a lot whenever you do that. And that's basically just optimizing everything. $1.30 per message. You can usually figure out the winner real quick because as you can see, a lot of these ads that were in here, the reach wasn't very good. It wasn't very high whenever I shut them off. But I noticed that usually whenever you find a good ad, it's going to start going quick. Like, it goes fast. And as soon as Facebook figures out which ad is going to work, they're going to go ahead and just start putting money behind that one ad anyway. So the rest of these don't really matter anymore until it gets too high. Then you just shut that one off, and then you turn the rest of these back on, figure out which one's going to be the winner again, or add more ads to it. It's all about just consistently working on them. That way you can continually get messages out of them. So I don't know if that was too confusing for some of you, but it sounds confusing to me.
Well, it's a lot to take in. The whole, paid Facebook ads is a little bit of a learning curve. But once you get it, it's actually a lot simpler. Once you do it, you'll be popping around this dashboard just like Chris, and you figure it out.
Yeah, it takes a while to get there, but yeah. See it. Look at some of these questions.
Eric says we'll need to replay and apply at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, you can always reach out to Chris if you just want to skip the learning curve, and he'll just do it for you if you don't want to do it yourself.
I charge $197 a month. Basically, the cost of 3 phones flipped. It's really cheap, honestly, for my service. And then you can just sit back and take the messages.
Sweet. Well, thank you, Chris, for coming on here. I appreciate it. We got a couple more minutes. I don't know. I guess it's 9:20 now, so probably just wrap it up in a second. But is there anything else that you guys want to cover? And also, really, so far in the chat, what was the most helpful thing for you guys? So I know where everybody's at and what's helpful to you. I don't know if some of this stuff is too advanced sometimes. What was the thing that was the more important, helpful part for you? Eric says the importance of mindset. Jonathan says Craigslist. Mike says commitment. Nick says mindset. Did somebody say they had a question?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, hi.
It might be a little advanced, so I just want to ask it real quick. But when you're designing your first Facebook ad, if you go to that front page where it shows the pixel, you have the option to, I don't know if you can put a pixel in Messenger or what, but it shows that there. I was just wondering if anybody knows how to use that.
You can create a custom audience with the pixel. You don't have to you don't put a pixel on there. It just automatically engages with the page. You can create a custom audience of anybody who engages with your Facebook page and then retarget them without a website.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
So you go to custom audiences, create an audience of anybody who engaged with your page in the last 60 days, 90 days, 180 days or whatever, and then you can retarget those people with another ad if you want to do that.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem, Colton. Yep. Let's see. So Mike says the 25-day positive thing was the most helpful. Derek says the Facebook ads were helpful. Another one says mindset. So you guys like the mindset stuff, huh? It seems like that was the number one thing so far. Commitment. Okay. So just making sure that you guys are consistent with everything. The challenge. Okay. So yeah, don't forget about that. So we got off track on the challenge, but remember we have the positive challenge for 25 days. That means positive. That means if your car blows up, you're gonna be like, breathe. You're gonna go right to that breathing technique I showed you guys. Okay. And seriously, this stuff happens, right? You just never know when it's gonna happen. So it's not like, yeah, well, Dave, I was positive until this. No, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. It's not I'm positive until this. It's I was positive no matter what. That's the tricky part. Being positive no matter what happens. And you might say, yeah, but Dave, you don't understand. This was really bad, man. You don't understand. I understand. I got robbed last month. My store got broken into. I understand that things happen, right? But you got to just go back to the breathing no matter what. And you might say, Dave, well, how is this going to help me? It's the butterfly effect. When you stay positive and you feel good, and I don't mean like hey, Chris, I'm positive, man. Are you positive? I'm positive. I feel good. I don't mean like that, right? That's really actually coming from a place of anxiety because we're nervous and we're just trying to pump ourselves up. That's not really being positive. Being positive, being relaxed, being focused. It's also not like I feel good. I'm great. Nothing's gonna bother me because that's the other extreme of it. But it's also just more like, okay, I feel good. All right, this guy was a jerk. So what? I'm gonna move on. Okay, my car blew up. let me go figure out what I'm going to do from here and make it happen and make more money, right? You just stay focused. That's the key. It's not that you're positive, negative, happy. It's centered and focused is really the thing that you're doing. Deb says the positive challenge is tough. Yeah, it is. It is. But
It is.
You'll see some tremendous if you can stick with it. If you can stick with it for 7 days, you'll notice some progress, some really good progress. If you just stick it for 7 days. Hell, if you can stay positive for like 3 days, and I mean really like centered and focused when nothing gets you down for 3 days, just even that, watch the difference that you'll see. Mike says the posting every day is tough for me. Well, that's why at first with the ad posting challenge, it's going to be a little tricky, right? It's going to be a little out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to work and feel tired, but you'll notice after about 3 or 4 days of doing it, you'll start finding little tricks to get it done faster. It's going to make you sharper, and that's going to build momentum. And by the second week, you're going to be posting ads a lot faster. The hardest part about these challenges is the first 3 days. So if you can get past the first 3 days on either one of those, you're going to create a lot of momentum for yourself. But you got to be good. You got to stick to the program for the 3 days. That means no going off track. That's the important part. And then after 3 days, it's easier to break out of a habit and change something after the first 3 days. It builds momentum. Mike says, yes, master. Well, I hope it helps. I don't want to push you, push you guys too hard, but okay. Any other questions you guys have? Anything else? You guys want to wrap it up with an appraisal drill? What do you think? Somebody give me a good item they want to appraise. Let's bang out an appraisal drill and then we'll wrap it up in the day.
Hey, Paul.
Okay, Arthur says an iPhone XS 64 gig cracked back. Okay, good. What carrier is that, Arthur? AT&T? Okay, so let's do that one. Let's do iPhone XS 64 gig, no cracked front, just cracked back, Arthur? Just the back. Okay, guys, so that's going to be our appraisal, Joe. iPhone XS 64 gig cracked back for AT&T. Let's do it. And so type in the chat, guys, what you think it would sell for on eBay. And then type in how much you'll offer for that. What's going to be your offer? So iPhone XS 64 gig crackback AT&T. It's a tricky one. See if anybody typed in their response yet. Okay, we got 3 people typed in. No, 2 people typed in their offers. Okay, I see sell for 270, appraise at 140. I see sell for 250s, buy at 150. I see sell for 300, buy at 150. Ooh. Someone says sell for 300. Oh no, buy for 300, sell for 450. Isaiah says sell for 265, buy at 150. Okay, so we got kind of fluctuations in these appraisals. Nate says 350, buy at 190. Let me show you guys. This is a tricky one. It's not an easy one. So let me show you why I appraise at this price. So I think it's going to sell for about 350, and 350 I would buy for about 200. you know, to about 190 to 200. So you were in the ballpark, guys. If you're buying a $300 phone for only, let's say, 150, you're going to lose a lot of deals, right? So if it's like a $350 phone, you got to pay probably about 190 to 200 on that. So let me show you how I arrived at the 350 offer. So let's first show you what I typed in. So if you type in cracked back, first of all, on this particular phone, you get no responses. Oh, well, I didn't at least. I found only excess maxes here. Found a lot of excess maxes, and it wasn't excess max, it was an excess. So be careful with that. So I think some of you guys might have actually accidentally appraised the max instead of an excess. So remember, it's only an excess, not an excess max. All right. So I just typed in cracked. And we got one here for $279. We got one here for $350 with a cracked screen. That's at max. We can't use that. We can't use that in excess. So this one had a bad touch and a cracked screen. It went for $360. So I think it's at least going to sell for $350 minimum. Because a cracked back is going to sell for better than a cracked front. This one's a cracked front with a bad touch. So we're looking at least probably $350, I would say, on this phone. Cracked front, $326. That's a max. That's a max. Now, this one only sold for $300. This has a bad ESN, though. So, you know, it depends if you're going to buy this with a bad ESN or a clean ESN. AT&T, we buy a lot of them with clean ESNs. So, for AT&T, now that's a matter of personal choice. I would appraise, just for AT&T, because AT&T, a lot of them, we don't get many bad ESN AT&Ts. Usually, they're pretty good for AT&T. You know, if it's like brand new in the box sealed, I would definitely always buy as bad ESN. But you know, for something like an XS, you know, we usually will take the risk and buy it as clean ESN. So I'd appraise it at $350. If you want to appraise it bad ESN, I would say $300. I would say offer $180 on that and sell for $300 if you want to appraise as a bad ESN. If you want to appraise as a clean ESN, I would say like $350, $360, and offer them like $200 on that. $200, $220 you can go up to on that to close the deal. Okay. If you were off, what was the mistake you made on that one? If you weren't on the you know, within that kind of range, what did you do differently? Not cracked. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Nailed it. Good job, Nathan. Yeah. Bad ESN and probably went too fast. Okay. All right, cool. Well, good job, guys. We covered quite a bit today. A lot of different variety on this chat. Nick says I was actually close to the right numbers. Good job. I was persuaded by others' opinions. Okay. So, well, that happens. So you know what? That's a good point, Nick. Actually, we should always, when you guys know this well, right? Like, and you know what you're doing. You know, when you're in a negotiation, everybody like, oh, but this other guy down the street said he'd give me 400. But you're confident in your numbers, right? You can stick to your guns a little bit more in that negotiation because you know for sure that guy couldn't have offered 400 because he wouldn't make any money, right? So you know they're bluffing. So it's good to practice that and be confident in your appraisals because then it's going to make you a better negotiator too. Just says, thanks, Dave. Just getting back in this going full bore. Awesome. Well, I hope you try the challenge out. Good luck to you guys all in the challenge. Let's keep in touch over the next few group chats to see who's doing the challenge. And if you fall off a day, guys, just get right back on the horse. If don't beat yourself up. If you make a mistake, you miss out, you get a little negative on your positive challenge, just try to get right back on track as fast as possible. So, all right, guys, have a great day. And we'll see you guys later. Brandy said generally strive for 30 to 40% profit. Yes, it depends on the price range. If it's under $100, you're going to be striving for 60% profit. But if it's like $400, you're going for more 30% profit, 35% profit. So it depends on. I hope you have the Brandy. If you want, there's the negotiation manual in the course, and it breaks down how much to pay for each price range as a percentage. It's a document in the document section of the course, and it tells you exactly what to pay. So just check that out in the first section. It says important documents. You can look, and there's the manual, breaks it all down for you. Okay, guys. All right, guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you again.